Your pricing and packaging. It is the one thing that every MSP gets stuck with at some point or another, whether it is early on in your journey or whether it's actually much later on when you realize that your pricing is so complicated and just needs some work to simplify it. So in this video, I'm going to run you through some ways that you can price and package your services as an MSP to hopefully bring clarity to those of you kind of regardless of what stage you're currently in. What do I know? Well, my context here is that I actually ran my own MSP for the last decade, grew it to 1.2 million, and I sold it in early 2020. Now I work with other MSPs to help them with their businesses. So now I'm just making videos about those experiences, both when running my own MSP and other MSPs. So I'm going to run through a few stages here of how an MSP may price and package their services, and to help you on your own journey to work your way up through these stages. And if any of this is useful to you, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It is 100% totally free. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really helps me out to make, well, more videos like these. So to get started, here is what I recommend most MSPs and IT businesses go for. So let's call it the level 1 MSP or IT business. So first up, you want to have a base package, an entry-level package that gives your clients the basic stuff that they must have. This is desktop antivirus, email protection, web protection, cybersecurity awareness training, backup for 365 or Gmail, and 24/7 monitoring and alerting. Now this can be priced at anywhere between 10 to 20 pounds per user per month, and the margin here can be around 50 to 100%, which gives you good room to swap out products and services if better options come up later on. But this isn't a cash cow. This isn't to make you money. It is to give your clients the basic protection that they need, and it gives you the stability with your clients because they're all covered with the same protection, the same service, which makes them so much easier to service. Now, once you have people signed up to that service, you have a few options on how it comes to support. There is pay and go, of course. People call you and you fix things. And with that basic monitoring service, if you pick up anything, then all you do is simply notify the customer and get their approval before doing any work, because on a pay and go basis, it costs them money. So simple. Then you have block time. People pay you in advance for a block of hours, say 10 or 20 hours, and take any work you do that gets taken away from that block of hours until they run out, and then you just quote them for more hours. And then you have the gold, silver, platinum thing, where you have 3 tiers of support, which include more and more as you go up the pricing band, like longer opening hours, maybe different SLAs, discounted hourly support rates, discounted out of hours support charges, dedicated primary and secondary engineers, dedicated phone numbers, and priority support. There are so many different ways to differentiate those tiers. Now that is the level 1 of an MSP. Level 2 is where you start to drop some of those offerings, and instead you have just 3, silver, gold, platinum, and each of those comes with that base security package. So here you are really narrowing down your offering and simplifying everything for your staff, for your customers, and it just helps all around. You no longer just do pay and go or block time, because that's just the reactive support. That's not to say you don't do projects. No, you can still quote on an hourly basis for those. It's just to say that you don't offer support on a you call us and pay us by the hour to fix it kind of service. So that is level 2. Level 3 was my personal goal, and that was to get to one single service that you sell. You only sell the gold or the platinum package, and that is it. Now the benefit here is that when your company just sells one main service, everything else becomes clear. There is no awkward telephone calls from clients where your engineers don't really know what service they're on. Are they gold? Are they silver? Are they pay and go? Do they get charged for on-site visits? What about out of hours? You don't have any of that. So having a single primary offering is a huge benefit to you as an MSP. And just to point out that this doesn't mean you can't have other services you offer, because of course as an MSP you might also be doing telecoms or online backup or cabling and all these other services that are associated with the IT support side of things. Now those can still be bolted on and sold, but the fundamental underlying support that you offer can fit into these levels. That is level 3. Now with that said, just be aware that by going with one primary offering from day one, whilst I hope you are successful, many people will see much slower growth, because it's going to be quite hard to sell what can be a premium priced service as a 1 or 2 man band. Yes, the quality of clients you have will be much higher, but it could mean that you're stuck in that 1 or 2 man phase for a much longer period of time than if you started at that level, like 1 or 2 stage, who then over the time can see the value in the service you provide, and you can then get some history behind to have those discussions with them around, oh, have you considered fixing your monthly support costs by moving up to this package or that package? And if that's been useful, then please do check out more in the link down below, where I've spent the last year putting together all of the things that I've learned whilst running my own MSP, as well as all the resources that you need, support agreements, terms and conditions, employment contracts, and all sorts of resources and templates. Otherwise, go and watch one of these other videos, and I'll see you in a sec. Cheers.